In this video, I'm going to be giving you an update on the Emergency Money for the People Act, which if passed, would give each eligible person $2,000 a month for at least 6 months. Because this is just an update, if you want a full breakdown of the bill, you can watch this video that I created, which I'll also link below in the description. Hi, I'm Erika, I'm a lawyer, and on this channel I cover personal finance, and right now I'm keeping you updated on everything related to stimulus checks and stimulus packages. So if you've watched my original video on the Emergency Money for the People Act, this is a video that will give you some additional details based on the questions that I've received from you. First question, is this for everyone or just for people impacted? This is not just for people who are impacted directly by the illness, this is for everyone who falls into the eligibility criteria that I outlined in that original video. Second question, if my husband has an individual taxpayer identification number, would we be excluded? If this applies to you, I'm sure you know by now that for the $1,200 stimulus check, if you file jointly and your spouse has an ITIN, then even if you have a social security number, neither of you are going to be receiving the $1,200. I do have good news on this front. The Emergency Money for the People Act specifically corrects that. I'll show you the exact text in the bill where it says this. Basically, it says that if you filed a joint return for 2019, then you'll be treated as one person if either of you meets the requirements. So if you file jointly and one of you is eligible, you'll both be eligible. So that means that together you'd be getting $4,000 a month. Third question, if I was claimed as a dependent on someone's tax return, would I be excluded? If this applies to you, I'm sure you know that for the $1,200 stimulus check, if you were claimed as a dependent on someone's 2019 tax return, then you don't get the $1,200. I also have good news on that front. The Emergency Money for the People Act specifically corrects that. As long as you meet the eligibility requirements that I talk about in the main video, and you're at least 16 as of January 1st, then you'd qualify. Just to be clear, that means college students, people with disabilities who are claimed as dependents. Basically, as long as you meet the eligibility criteria and you're at least 16 as of January 1st of this year, even if you're claimed as a dependent on someone's tax return, you will be eligible. Question number 4, will I get it if I owe child support? If this applies to you, I'm sure you're already aware that for the $1,200 stimulus check, if you owed child support, then your stimulus check was offset by any past due child support. The short answer to this question is that the bill doesn't give us an answer. It's not something that the bill specifies at this time. Just as reference, the CARES Act, which provided for the $1,200 stimulus check, also didn't specifically address child support, and this was a decision made by the IRS. So for this question, the best I can tell you is that we'll have to wait and see, and I'll let you know if there are any updates. Question number 5, when will this be passed? The short answer is we don't know when or if this would be passed. For a bill to become a law, it has to go through these 5 stages, and right now this Emergency Money for the People Act is in stage 2. There actually has also been a delay because originally the House and Senate were both set to return this week, but the House changed course and won't be returning this week, so that inevitably delays getting from stage 2 to stage 3. I don't want to get your hopes up unnecessarily, so I should also mention that even if this does get passed, my guess is that it'll go through a lot of changes in stage 3 and possibly stage 4. Just as one example, it's my personal opinion that the adjusted gross income threshold would be lowered, but that's just one example of something that could change between now and if it does get passed. If you want 2 free stocks on Webull, you can use my link below and deposit $100, and that second free stock could be valued at up to $1,400. I've tried my best to cover the most frequent questions I received about the Emergency Money for the People Act, but if I missed any or if you have any additional questions, please let me know in the comments below, and also let me know what you think about this bill. If you enjoyed this video, it would be really helpful if you could put a thumbs up on the video and leave a comment for me below because it just shows YouTube that I'm doing a good job. To stay updated on stimulus packages and personal finance, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and I'm going to see you next in this video where I talk about why I took a 99% pay cut.